What's up, guys? Welcome back to Bronze Bricks, and today we have a Lego haul. And I know, guys, it's been a very long time, but this is actually a set that I've been wanting to get for a long time. And so let's open it. And as you guys can see, I've already opened it, crossed out some things, but see if you guys can figure out what it is. Start off, we have just some holes for a ship of sorts. And then here, if that's not a dead giveaway, I don't know what is. Maybe the sails. If you guys look, for those who have guessed, it is the Pirate Ship Ambush by Lord of the Rings. It's a 2013 set, and I got this for just under $300 with all the minifigures. If you want it without the minifigures, it's going to be in the hundreds. So it's the minifigures that make up a lot of the damage here, but I've been wanting to get this set for a while. Glad I finally have it. Let's get this all assembled and I'll be right back. And just like that, we have finished the build. Now, to review this set, we're going to go over 3 categories. Way back when I did a video of the Troll Warship. And the categories we did were the build, minifigures, and the price it goes for. That is retail price and aftermarket as of today. And starting with the build, first off, it comes with the first build it has you build is this little catapult that is occupied by the 2 Mordor orcs that come with the set. It is a nice little build, nice concept. I like how it has wheels. I haven't seen these wheels in any other set. I mean, I don't really have many sets that have wheels, but if these were custom just for Lord of the Rings, then I really like that little detail. But it is a really good, simple catapult. Yeah, nothing to complain about there, really. And then, of course, we have the pirate ship itself. And this build was very nice. One thing I struggled with was attaching the sail to that there. I just don't want to rip it, so we're just going to leave it and pretend that I did that. But you can see, if we start back up here, there is a lot of detail here. One thing that Lego is kind of notorious for when they make ships is not filling up the inside. But you see here, they got these nice stickered wood tiles. You got the chest here, couple barrels with some flick fire missiles there, and a lot of just nice detailing. These shields that are just custom to this set, or unique rather. Then a nice, I don't know, wheel. I forget what it's called, but that's nice there. And of course, these sails. I can't get enough of these sails. I really love this. I'm a huge fan of Lord of the Rings, and these sails are just incredible to me. I think they're so accurate to the movie. I'll put a picture up on the screen if I remember, and we'll go from there. But let's get a little bit closer. Now, if we get onto this side here, you can see that there's a little bit more detail here, and you can kind of sneak in there, and you see the door there. I love the chains. They put them to use here, and of course, you have the anchors here, where you just turn the wheel here, and it drops them down. Turn it the other way, and they go back up. But the only thing I don't recognize is I don't know if you can see this hole here in the movie at all. I'm not sure if it is from the movie or if it just looks a lot different from the actual ship in the movie itself. But a lot of details again with the chains, these shields. I love these shields. I think if you can find enough of these, it'd be cool to make a custom faction out of these. But and of course, you got these little, I want to call them bat wings that can flip out. I just had them folded like that. And then a whole bunch of other little details like these blades here, 2 different variations, crossbows on either side there. And I was missing this for the other side there, but that is all right. And then you can steer, so it acts like so it acts like this, can actually steer the ship. It is a little fragile, I will say that. It's a tiny bit fragile to do. So definitely a display piece. But I suppose with the flick fire missiles, it's also a playset, of course. So that is the build. As we get a little more close up in the details on the inside there, but let's get to the main event, which is the minifigures. Moving on to the minifigures, this set comes with 9, with 4 being unique to the set. And we will get into that. We'll start with the trio of Aragorn, Gimli, and Legolas. Legolas has been seen, I mean, all of these figures have been seen in multiple sets. With Gimli having some nice printing, but it is unable to be seen because of the um, uh, beard piece that he has. And then you come to Aragorn, and the one nice thing is for being 2013, the leg um, printing is really nice. I mean, nowadays I feel like they do double molded legs, but the leg printing for 2013 is nice. And we'll just pretend he's up there. And then we got Legolas here. And Legolas is just the same as other sets. So let's move on to some more exciting ones. Second, we have 2 of the Mordor orcs. These are both bald. One comes with a chest piece, and the other is just bare bones, plain everyday Mordor orc. That when I got these, I was actually terrified that they were going to be cracked because um, this brown, and especially this reddish brown here, is notorious for being cracked in this age. So thankfully they're not cracked and they're in great condition. But these 2, I would like to try and get more of these. We'll see what happens. Moving on to the first unique figure of this set is the Pirate of Umbar. And if you have watched the movies, you might recognize this as the pirate that Peter Jackson cameos as. I'll put that scene up here quick like. But I think it's a nice homage for Lego to include this figure. Um, and just look at the just torso printing there, the belt. It's just great. I mean, there's none like this, really. I feel like in these side characters, I don't think Lego really does much like this anymore, especially with the face printing. You got the piercing, the tattoos, and just the overall unique face and torso for this figure. But it's a nice homage to have Peter Jackson's character, as it is Peter Jackson's version of Lord of the Rings. Then we have 2 Soldiers of the Dead. And one thing I'll point out right away is so they have the same leg printing, but their torso printing is different. And they have the same heads, but one head is, or both heads are double sided, so you can switch to either of these 2 faces you see here. One thing I haven't tested with these guys is they are glow in the dark, which is cool. It makes for that more glowing effect like you see in the movies. But I really love the detail they put in the torso printings here. It is just really cool to see that Lego was doing this back in 2013, not only with themes like Star Wars, but also Lord of the Rings. And finally, the reason why this set is so expensive, outside of the Soldiers of the Undead, is the King of the Undead. This, last time I checked, I don't know if the shorts that I have on this is still accurate, but I think this was around $50 to $70 if I remember correctly. So this figure alone costs a pretty penny, and this one is in great condition. I'm excited to have it. But if you just look, it kind of combines, the printing here combines the same elements of the other 2, just adding the red here, which is just really nice to see. Again, I love this level of detail. And finally, that brings us to the price. When this was on shelves, you could get this for $99 US, which was great for 9 minifigures and a ship. $100, sign me up. Um, Nowadays, I was able to find this for this was used. It was a display model that someone used on their Bricklink. I actually really enjoyed that Bricklink page. I'm gonna figure out how to link them in the description, and I will put the Bricklink store in the description. They don't have any more of these, but they have a lot of other great sets. I have no affiliation with them. Just this is the first set I bought through them, but I just love the experience. And so I was able to pick this up from them for about $300, just under. I think it was about 310 after taxes. But and that is lucky. Now you'll be lucky to find one with all minifigures in this condition for 370, 380. So if you can find a deal, great. But then the real kicker is if you have one of these sealed in box, they are over $550. That could get you a Rivendell, a brand new Rivendell. Speaking of that, I have that. Let me know if you guys want to see a review on that coming up. But for $100 back in the day, I'm not sure what that would be adjusted for inflation. Probably around 130, which would still be worth it in today's money, in my opinion. But for 370, 380, if you can find it for less, if you can find it for around the 300 and you can afford it comfortably, I would say go for it. But for that 370 and up mark, unless you want these minifigures, which these ones fine, not unique, but for these four here over, I would just try to buy them separately. Unless you were in love with this build and you love the movies and you're just collecting all of them, there's a lot of options. But would I recommend picking one of these up? Yes, if you can find a deal. But to go back on in ranking, so the build itself, I had fun with the build. It was a long process. I will warn you, if you buy sets secondhand, they're not going to come in the nice numbered bags. So it's a little bit more tedious, but I enjoy it. Kind of just Lego is just a relaxing way to get away from the world for me. And this build, even though I struggled there, I would just give it a 8.2 out of 10. And then the minifigures, I think for the fact that it has 4 unique minifigures by itself, and it gives you a couple orcs, and of course the main trio of the movies, that I would give this. I'm not going to give it a 10, but I'd give it a 9.8 because there are no other figures like these. Well, these three mainly. I'm sure you can make something close to them, but these parts and everything are unique to these three outside of the capes. So I would say 9.8 on the minifigures. That is definitely a little biased. And then on the price, back in the day, it gets a 8. But nowadays for that 370, I would give it a 4 out of 10. I'll average that up here somewhere, but which brings us to a total score of whatever I come up with. And so overall, it's a great set. If you have the money and can find a deal, I would say pick it up. If not, just focus on the newer stuff. I mean, for $300, we don't know what's going to come with the Shire set. It might be in that price range, and you'll be able to pick up a brand new set for that versus a used set for that same price. So, yeah. And if you guys have made it this far and to the end of the video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. I apologize if there are any viewers that have been wondering where I've been. I know I only had about 400 subscribers before, but I finally got a new laptop. And when you're seeing this video, I will have had it for at least a day because I'm going to edit this and get this up right away when I get that laptop. So I've just been waiting on that, waiting to afford one, which a good one. I tried another one, it didn't work out. So now we got one, and we're going to get rolling on these videos again. So thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next one.